Hey guys, what's up and welcome to the channel. I'm the Shotgun Shogun, and this is my account overview for the month of May. It is May, right? Yeah, it's May. It's definitely May. Now, I like to do this, because some people are interested in what's on my account, and there is a little bit of flux in my gear right now, mostly because I did have some characters geared for Wyvern 13 runs, and I'm kind of moving things around a little bit, and as I craft stuff, as I upgrade stuff, then I'm moving it back and trying to get a good flux of stuff. But I did, as you can see here on the main screen, I am working on my Spectre Tenebria. I did pull her during Mystics, like when it first came out. I'm working on her, and I'm working on Sinful Angelica right now. I did shift a lot of my focus over to gear because kind of one of the things that I realized was when RTA first came out, I was doing pretty good, okay? Like, I wasn't having too much of a problem. The higher I got, the more I realized I was like, I need to get some gear, right? And then it kind of hit me that a lot of the people who are going to be very competitive, they were already doing Wyvern 13 and upgrading their gear to 90, and I was just doing myself a disservice to not do that as well, to catch up and get my gear in place. Now, I do have a lot of characters that I do still need gear on, still need upgrades on, stuff like that, and we're working on that as we go, but I do have a good core group of characters that I have upgraded a lot of my stuff on. Now, like I said, I did get Spectre Tenebria, I did get Sinful Angelica, still missing, who am I actually still missing right now character-wise? We're at 90, so we're missing 5 characters. I know one's Spectre Tenebria, or not Spectre Tenebria, Tempest Surin. Go by unacquired heroes. Okay, so Queric, Arbiter Vildred, S&B, Rule, and Tempest Surin. Now, I didn't really pull for Queric because I wasn't going to build him, and he wasn't limited, so I figure, you know what, one of these days, maybe I'll get him as a spook if he ever comes back around. I will potentially pull him. Then I think I did pick up all of the artifacts. No, I'm still missing 2. Which 2 artifacts am I missing? I can't. Merciless Glutton and Alabastron. That's right. That's because I didn't roll for either one of those. I'm not really too interested. I'll get these as a spook eventually, right? And then I'll be able to finish that out. Now, right now I'm in Challenger. I have almost definitely given up on Arena. I really don't care too much about Arena. I just do my daily stuff. As you can see, I still have a bunch of flags and stuff up there. I literally do my dailies, and then I go RTA or I farm or something along those lines. Really, Arena just does not interest me anymore because there's just something better about fighting against another human being. So that's mostly what my focus has been on. Maybe I'll climb back up, but I don't know. I do still need to do Arena for the marks, but outside of that, I'm not too super worried about it. Now, I will showcase some of my my better units. I did Specialty Change Ross. He's already finished out. This is what I'm rocking on him. I actually really like this speed build on him, right? He's fairly tanky. He needs a little bit more effectiveness, but because the ability to S2 defense break into your highest damage unit is super powerful. And I think that was in one of my recent Guild Wars videos where it was just defense break into Little Queen Charlotte and they just died. Just insta-gibbed. So he's got a little bit of this is actually kind of scuffed gear, right? You got like 75s and the 75 HP set. Although my 75 HP set did roll pretty well into like speed and stuff like that. So I do have him on Arius right now. I wanted to have him as an Arius option. I typically will run him on Hilag Lance. I haven't tried Elbrus Ritual Sword yet, but definitely putting in work. I really do like the new changes to him. Definitely real good. Let's see, another character. So this is my Alexa that I use for Wyvern 13. As you can see, I have her. She's slow. She's capped out on crit damage with the Daydream Joker. So this is actually where a lot of my really good gear went to just in order to speed up my wyvern runs. And I mean, like these boots right here are just absolutely ridiculous. 34 crit damage. They do actually come with effectiveness, which is like something that I was like, oh, that's actually pretty good because you do need effectiveness. As you can see, I've only got 31% effectiveness on her. I kind of skate the line, but my trainer guard is stupid fast, and so usually between trainer guard and SSB, I get enough debuffs up. This really just helps speed everything up, as the vast almost 99% of the time I will either die or kill him before the shield phase. So this is something that I've kind of been working on, putting a little bit of molas into Cerise, right? Because I do think that Cerise is a very good opener and a good control unit. So if you do open with like her S2, you can stun, right? 3 rips off buffs. So this is a good buff stripper immediately, lock their speed down, and then you can bring in somebody right afterwards. I want to try to use Cerise with Dizzy, so that way I can just strip any immunity that they have, immediately go into the S3. Now I understand the S2 won't push back, but it will increase the duration of Cerise's lockdown as well as Dizzy's lockdown. And let's be real, you don't really need to push them back that much when they're super slow, attack down, hit down, everything like that. So that is something. Now Seaside Belle I have pretty much relegated to just Wyvern. I actually don't really use her too much in RTA, which I mean I probably should, but this is how I have her built for my Wyvern team, and that's kind of what she's doing. Now, Dizzy is built. This is how I planned on running her in RTA. She's going to be a counter crown. But as you can see, I do have her kind of medium quick, right? She's not 270 speed or anything like that. She's medium quick. She's medium quick and kind of thick. That 1800 defense is pretty solid, rock solid, as a matter of fact. Her effectiveness is 74, which isn't amazing, but at the same time, there's only so much that I can do with a lot of this counterattack gear. This is kind of one of my better counterattack sets. I would have liked to get a bit more effect resist on her, and I might actually move some stuff around, but this is a really nice piece that I crafted right here. 35 attack. That's like literally this base attack here. And actually I might switch this ring out, but this is going to give her a bit more extra damage and stuff like that. Now I know that's not going to matter because of critical hit chance is 18 and I have no critical hit damage, but a little bit more attack. I wanted to get more defense on her. There's a couple other things that I could potentially run on her. We're going to see how this defense works out. And then I've got, like I said, I got a couple other things that I might move around. This chest piece though, 40 defense. That is more than a half of a right side piece of defense gear. This is really, really huge for her. It's going to make her very hard to kill, unless they're bringing something that ignores defense, obviously. I do have this effect resist piece on, and that's why, like, I have 77 effect resist, right? I would, if I can safely get rid of this defense, right, I can probably run an effect resist main ring, which would easily put me up into like the mid 100s when it comes to effect resist. So that's kind of one of the things that I'm looking at there. I do run speed boots, HP neck, because I just want her to be semi quick. She's going to be in because Dizzy's going to be really big in RTA, right? Now I have considered if I can't run like an Alencia or a Cerise or something alongside of her, I will maybe switch her back to Violin. However, I might just change up her build then if I go with Violin, right? So I have, let's see, speaking of Alencia, I just built this today. Pretty happy-ish with this. Now, if I'm going to run her with Dizzy, I will. I mean, need to make her a little bit faster. But for the most part, I'm interested to see how this works out. I actually might run this tonight in Guild Wars just to see how this lifesteal bruiser build for Alencia works out. She's got a decent amount of attack. I could get a little bit more critical hit chance. I wanted to. Again, my lifesteal set is just something I'm running. I need to get back into Banshee 13, get more pieces upgraded, get better lifesteal, because there's a couple units that I'd like to run lifesteal on, and yeah, I just need to get back there, but also never lucky. This is my Charles. Surprisingly, he does pretty okay. There have been a couple K-Rons that I've went up against that they just immediately right out the gate try to hit him and don't kill him because they assume that I'm running a squishy Charles, and they're just going to kill him. And usually I can follow up and either revive him with Maid afterwards, get a revive on him, something along those lines, and then do work. He still hits pretty hard. Not as hard as he could hit, obviously, but I like the middle of the road speed, and the heft keeps him around for a lot longer. You got the counterattack, and as well as the Elbrus. Now, like I said, if I can get into Banshee, I can upgrade a couple of these pieces to obviously make him a little bit more tanky. This ring rolled amazing as well. As you can see, I've gotten quite a few like really high defense items, right? This 40%, like literally, you can't get too much better than this on a tank counterattack ring. You've got not only main stat health, you've got flat health, and you've got just an absolute metric pile of defense. Was very, very happy with the rolls on that. I'm thinking about upgrading this one to 90 just because it's got a good spread of stuff that I like, but we will see. This one is super damagey. I really do like that sword as well. Now this is the crown achievement of what I have been doing in the last month to put in work. That's right, that is a 279 speed Falconeer Quarry. Not only that, but I haven't had to sacrifice much in the way of stats in order to get her ridiculously fast. And you can pretty much ask anybody who's gone up against her and not banned her that it's very surprising. I've had a lot of people that I've like dueled or whatever, and they're like, bro, seriously, how fast was that Falconeer Quarry? One of my favorite things is when people underestimate Falconeer Quarry, they'll ban, somebody else, and then they're running like Speed Cleave or something like that, and then right out the gate, my Falconeer Quarry is just faster than their Oxlot's Bazaar, whatever. And typically I'll also run a pretty quick follow-up unit. So the plan with Falconeer Quarry is you open with the taunt defense break on whatever their threat is, and then you have a semi-speedy unit, a speedy high damage dealer like a MRSA or something along those lines. Sometimes I'll use Baiken, although I did take some of Baiken's gear off, and I'm going to put her back into Banshee set so that I can farm Banshee, but you come through and you just kill whatever that threat is almost immediately because they're going to be defense broken, and chances are if they're, let's say it's like an ML Ken or something like that, they're probably not running effect resist if they're running an immunity set. So a lot of people you just strip the immunity set, defense break, and then just dunk all over them right afterwards. So it's usually pretty good. Now later on you do have to soul burn in order to yeet the bird into like a Maid or a Ruel or something along those lines. So Baiken's kind of naked right now. This is a pretty solid ring. Flat attack plus attack percent is really, really big, especially on her. Oh, speaking of, let me show you some of the gear on this Falconeer Quarry. So these boots rolled almost perfect for her, right? Because she needs defense, she needs effectiveness. Both of those were pretty good. This ring, high effect resist, high speed. This thing is phenomenal. Definitely enjoy that one. Neck, again, effectiveness and speed on a hit set with health. I was just like, easy peasy, boys, like right there, 100%. Chess piece rolled pretty okay. I would like different stats on this, but it's at the moment this is the one of the faster chess pieces that I have. So this is on her. If I get a faster chess piece with like let's say effectiveness, defense, health, or something along those lines, or effect resist, I will switch that over to her and probably put this on like my assassin Sid. Hat 21. However, it's all defense stats, but realistically, again, this is one of the fastest hats that I have, so that's kind of what I have to use at the time. So again, once I get a better alternative or just an alternative, I will probably move this over to one of my faster DPS, and then my dagger that I've had for like a bazillion years. I think this was actually my second raid dagger that I got. So there's that one. So that's my Falconeer Quarry, like probably one of my favorite units to use just because a lot of people underestimate her. We're just going to pass through all those people because I know I don't have any of them built. Here's my little Queen Charlotte. A lot of people don't expect the 194 speed either. She's got a decent amount of health, heft, not a ton, but between her attack and her crit damage, I usually don't have too much of trouble against A-Ravis or ML-Kens. Usually I can dunk on those pretty easy. Defense broken, fallen CC's easy peasy. So usually if I'm running a tanky bruiser team, right, it'll go Falconeer Quarry, Lilius, DN, and then Little Queen. So usually by the time I get around to, or we get around to Little Queen, the person's still defense broken, and we just go in on them and usually just kill whatever it is that our target is, especially if it's defense broken. Even sometimes if it's not defense broken, and you know, I'm running 87% crit, right, which, you know, against a dark unit is enough. But feels bad, man, when I'm trying to hit something else and I don't crit. I've been considering adding more crit into her mix, just for that. Like I would get, oh no, I'd get more crit damage on that piece. More crit damage and stuff here. I'm probably gonna upgrade. Actually, I could probably upgrade this neck. When I get, you know, 200 manifestation stones, it'll take 17 years. That'd give her more health, more defense, more critical hit damage, more crit. These boots are phenomenal. They were a pretty good mix of things. I like the defense, because the defense and the effect resist do give her a little bit more heft. I know 17% is like next to nothing, but it does help out. The critical hit, 35 critical hit damage on this is real big as well. That's what actually allows me to run a critical hit chance neck. Is like having that critical hit damage on my other pieces. Like this helmet rolled pretty okay. A lot of just DPS stats right there, and having things that give a lot of heft allow me to be a little bit more liberal on some of my other pieces. You know, you make up for some of your defensive stats by running. I run 2-piece HP. Now I would like to get her a little bit more tanky. I actually would really like to switch her over to lifesteal versus speed HP, but again, I only have so many lifesteal sets. Let's see, ML Tywin, I need to put boots back on him because I haven't really been using him too much because I haven't been running arena. So my typical arena team is ML Tywin, Elena, Seaside Belle, and ML Ken, and I just feed on Basars all day. It's good times. I did kit my Fighter Maya out a bit more. I put stuff back on her, but I do kind of want to revisit her a little bit, considering that I ran some numbers through Math's damage calculator, and she scales better off of critical hit damage than massive amounts of defense. Like you can drop down a decent amount in defense but make up for it with critical hit damage, and you're going to be doing a lot more overall. So I do need to just adjust a little bit here to get more critical hit damage into her kit, even if it has to sacrifice a little bit of her defense. I do dislike the fact that I have her so slow, and I might adjust that at some point. I do kind of want to get a defense. Oh, that's because this ring is not finished out. That's right. Okay. But I do want to get some better gear on her because I absolutely love Fighter Maya. And if you have, I might try to put speed boots on her just to get her a little bit quicker, just so that she can be a threat, right? Like I want her to be a threat that you can't really ignore. Not only that, but if you're this slow, you're not getting turns, and you're not going to be cycling your S3, and you're going to be relying on counterattack and Elbrus, which, you know, if you know that's not happening. My MRSA, I moved some gear back around because I moved gear over to Baiken that was on her for previously, but she is still pretty good right now. I do need to adjust a little bit of her stats because, dude, like that defense and that health right there, like even with a miss, is not going to be very good. Like she's not going to be able to survive through a lot of that. I need, again, I'm just going to go live in Banshee 13 so I can get lifesteal sets that I like for my units. Fallen Litica, or Faithless Litica, I ignore the artifact. I just put that on there the other day to test something in a mock battle, but I have her at 253. I know I could probably put her at much faster if I moved gear onto her, but here's the thing that I like to do is I'll throw this out there in my lineup, right? And she's almost a 100% ban, like easy ban bait. And even if they do ban somebody else, I still have a 253 Faithless Litica with 100% crit and a decent amount of effectiveness. So you win one way or another. DJ Basar is doing pretty good. I got his effect resist like really high. Speed's pretty good. I'd like to get a little bit more defense and more health on him, but at the moment I like this. I'd like to get his effect resist even higher, but you know, it is what it is. Definitely going to be hard to put anything on this boy unless you're soul burning a Basar into him. Mate Chloe, same. I want to get her effect resist a little bit higher, but she's 215. She's got the heft. I am running her on Idol's Cheer. A lot of people I know run her on Water's Origin. Personally, I like the potential for the shakeup that Idol's Cheer brings to the party, because you're hitting her and now you're pushing Little Queen Charlotte forward, or you're pushing MRSA forward, or you're pushing A Ravi forward. So that kind of like mixes it up a little bit and kind of throws a wrench in a lot of their plans. A Ravi right now is doing pretty good. I would like to get she's got a decent amount of speed. I would like to get more critical hit damage on her. If I could get more critical hit damage on her, I would probably swap out the Draco plate for maybe a Durandal, or you know, I could probably put Crimson Seed on her, something along those lines. But usually, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, but bro, you don't have immunity sets on like anything. That's because I usually run with cleansers, Lilius, DJ Basar, something along those lines. I'm gonna cleanse. So that's usually the plan. That's why I try not to run immunity sets, because I always feel like immunity sets, after the first turn, it's kind of a wasted set, and I would much rather have a crit set, or a hit set, or HP set, or a defense set, or something. I feel like trying to pigeonhole myself into immunity where I can pick a cleanser of some sort is a bit better, in my opinion. Now, I know once Dizzy comes out tomorrow, it's going to be a whole different world, but yeah. I did de-gear Fat Cat. I needed to move some stuff around on him. ML Ken is pretty much the same as he's always been. I think I'm going to shift some of his gear around. I need to revisit ML Ken a little bit. But last one I'm going to show you guys is Assassin Sid. So I moved a bunch of my gear over to Assassin Sid because I just really like this dude. Aesthetically, this dude is so good, right? I do have him at 260 speed. I can get him. So we looked at it yesterday, and if I put all of my best speed onto Assassin Sid, I can get him to 301 speed. However, all the rest of his stats are pretty garbo. So this was what I came up with last night for the one of the most optimal setups that I can do. Now, the nice thing is if they don't ban both Falconeer Quarry and Assassin Sid, I can easily take out a huge target, because you're going to defense break in. Assassin Sid is going to just dunk on whatever it is. Like, he's just going to do so much damage. And then they're both going to be super fast. So chances are you're going to take that unit out, and then you're going to lap, and you're going to be good to go. Now, he is a little bit fragile if after the evasion wears off, but I usually do try to run him with like a Maid Chloe or something along those lines. Now, I do have a couple other units that I'm working on. Like I said, I did finish leveling up my S10A, and I just gotta finish breaking her out. Don't worry about this gear, it's all just placeholder stuff. I know I have this level 90 piece of gear on a placeholder. Yeah, so yeah, I guess I'll show you guys some of the gear that I have I recently crafted. I spent 1.4 million gold the other night crafting. It was like a 7-hour video. I gotta cut that up and do that one. Does it sort to 90s if I sort by grade now? No, 88s and then 90s. All right, we'll do max enhance. All right, so we're going to look at these swords that I put together. Okay, so this one, again, this is the Charles one you saw. This one is pretty okay. It was one of the earlier ones that I upgraded. I forget who I upgraded it for, but it's pretty okay. If I could take it back, I would, actually, because I've gotten some better pieces since then. We'll take a look at helmets that I have upgraded. So I've upgraded a lot of helmets comparatively to weapons. Now, the reason why I didn't upgrade a lot of weapons is because, as you can see, I've got just a ton of hell daggers here, and as well as HPs. So typically I'm going to be running a speed or an HP in my weapon slot. That's very, very likely that's what I'll use anyways. So I might upgrade something a little bit later. This one was decent speed and has a good mix of DPS, so I upgraded that one. This is the super fast one, or no, this isn't the super fast one, but this one is a good DPS one. 13 speed with 27 attack, flat attack, and some health. This was a really, really nice roll right there. Third one, this is a super high effect resist piece. This is on the DJ Bazaar. This is that super fast one. It's on the Falconeer Quarry. This one was a decent one. This is a Flitica hat right here, 17 speed. Also has the effectiveness. So that one was a pretty easy upgrade right there. This one was just the straight up all the attack stuff. I was just like, yeah, 100%. Let's do this. Let's do this one. So for the other hat here, oh, I guess I do. I guess it sorts by set. So this one was really high defense on an effect resist set. So I wanted to get that finished out, so that way I could put that on. I think that's on Maid Chloe. Okay, that seems to be the hats that were upgraded. I'm trying to see if they yeah, okay. Let me see what other weapons, since I just realized. Oh, yeah, I completely missed these. Here's a 22 speed lifesteal main hand. This one is pretty good, pretty quick. I will probably put that on Mursa when I get the rest of her lifesteal gear kitted out. This one was very high health, very high effect resist. So actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure Maid Chloe has this in the main hand, and then the hat in the hat section. That's why she is pretty thick. Did I upgrade any more? Oh yeah, I upgraded this bad boy. 41% effect resist on this. Yeah, easy peasy. A lot of people don't like effect resist, man. I love effect resist. Effect resist is 5 ever, man. Okay, so here's some chess pieces. I didn't have a lot of chess pieces to upgrade recently until after I did the huge crafting session. So this one, 16 speed, you already saw that one. This one, 40 defense, we already showed that one, I think. And then this one was just a good mix of stats, and it was for somebody that I needed to have it on. In terms of purples, I did upgrade this one because of the crit hit damage, and then this one because of the speed, health, and the other two stats. Those were what I upgraded there. We'll go through, look at, okay, nothing else. Now I did upgrade quite a few necklaces and rings, because obviously those are some of the most important ones. This one was just a good mix of things, good critical hit chance, high speed, and you get that extra critical hit damage from upgrading that as well. This one was a high defense, high health with some sub speed. This is absolutely a tanky bruiser neck. Easy peasy for the high speed. Tanky, who did I have that on? Oh yeah, I got that on Aravi. Okay. This one was good. It's a crit set, crit main with high health and high crit chance. So who is this on? Who are you on? Oh, Champ Zerto. Okay. Yep. For sure. Now, so for this one, you might be like, oh, but that's got flat health. Why would you roll that? Because the effectiveness is high and the speed is high. And not only that, but I typically would use this on units with semi-low base health. So at a certain point, a certain threshold, base health or flat health becomes better than percent health. So this will probably be on, who is that on? Cerise. Okay. But that'll typically be on some sort of supporter of some sort where their health would be almost negligible in the difference. This one is Footica neck, like I said, 17 speed and effectiveness. This one right here was a super good mix of multiple things, including health main stat, but effect resist, substat, defense, attack. Super good. I enjoy this one very much. Let's see. There is one that I don't think I've upgraded yet. I'm going to probably upgrade this one, honestly, because like the health plus the defense, I mean, that's pretty much a main stat defense and half a main stat health. That's going to make something extra thick. Yeah. Let's see. This one will probably get an upgrade at some point just because of the crit hit damage and the attack, as well as the effect resist on the flat attack. So one thing to note, if it's got flat attack and an attack substat, you can easily roll both of them. And this way, even if you roll into the other one, into other things, chances are that there's certain units where, like take Mursa, for example, she is at the threshold where as long as you have 1% extra attack, it is comparable to a percent main stat. So just having 8% substat attack for Mursa is comparable to having a attack main stat. And the other thing too is if it rolls into all of the other stats, now you have taken and you have basically a 3-stat necklace. So it's a lot easier. If it goes into attack, phenomenal. If it goes into crit hit damage or crit hit chance, that's also phenomenal. So that one was pretty solid. Let's see this one. This was the one that I wanted to show you guys. This thing rolled almost all attack, 212 flat attack. It goes up to almost like 300% or 300 flat attack when you upgrade it. But like this thing just kept going flat attack. And I was like, you know what? We're going to finish this one out. If that was like attack main, this would have been like the perfect Gunther neck, like 100%. Like, I know obviously it couldn't be attack main because of attack substat, but yeah, if it rolled all flat like that for Gunther, oh my God, that would have been so hot. Let me take a look at my purple ones here. So I've got an 18 speed critical hit chance on the hit set here. That is actually, you know what? No, this is on Athletica. Yeah, that's right, because it has the crit chance. Main stat. This one was 17 speed. Usually if it's got enough to jump me up to like 15 to 20 speed, it's getting an upgrade. It's 100% getting an upgrade. Now I do have just a lot of other just rando stuff there. Oh, I forgot these two. This one was a super good mix of everything. You got 32% attack on this as well. Health, defense, health. This is, I almost guarantee is on, yeah, it's on Emelken. This one was attack, speed, critical hit chance on an effectiveness set. I have this on Lena right now, but it's going to end up going on to a tanky bruiser that needs effectiveness and also damage. So that's going to be what this one is going to be with. It might actually, you know what, that might go on. I don't know who we're going to put that on, actually. Sometimes I upgrade things and I'm like, I'm going to put this on somebody. This is going to go on someone because I just want it because the stats are super good. Okay, so rings. We're going to take a look at rings here. Where are my upgrade boys? Okay, right down here. So we've got this one. This one I showed you earlier, the percent defense, or the defense, percent attack, health, and speed. Like, this thing is so good. If I didn't need if the speed were better, or I would have probably put this on my Falconeer Quarry, honestly. Just for the extra defense, because the defense, she scales with defense, and you would have attack, and you would have extra health. I have a couple people. It's on Dizzy right now, but we'll see who we put it on. This one, 20 speed. 20 speed, crit, effectiveness, main stat. I have a couple people that could go on to as well. I might actually just, if I can find, I think I need to get either a neck or something along those lines for Falconeer Quarry, but this could be a Falconeer Quarry ring at some point. Yeah, it's on Flitica right now, which, I mean, it's super good for her too. You got the effectiveness, you got the crit set. It's definitely solid for her. Now, I was kind of sad that the defense and attack were flat on this, but again, it really doesn't matter. This one was a good mix of tanky bruiser. So you got the high defense, you got the high attack on a speed set with effect resist. 9 in health. So I think it didn't go 1. Yeah, it was 8% health. So it was max health and max crit hit damage at the very beginning. So it's like, you can't really ask for much better for an A Ravi. This one was good critical hit damage, good attack, good critical hit chance and defense. This one is on A Ravi, but I'm gonna probably switch that over to this one. I got to retool her gear a little bit, just to move some stuff around. Who is this on right now? Oh, it's on. That's the one that I have holding on Tenebria right there. So here we have this one. This one was a good amount of crit chance with defense as well as attack and speed. Now, a lot of people will be like, oh, why would you run that on a lifesteal unit? Well, lifesteal units do still have to have some heft, right? This should be on Alencia. Oh, it's on Champ Zerato. So, I mean, Champ Zerato needs that HP. That's right. That's where that's at. This one is on Alencia because you have flat attack. I understand. Probably not the best for her, but 35% health, 26% effect resist. It's super good. This was on MRSA for a minute, and probably when I switch MRSA back to lifesteal, this will go over to her, because like I said earlier, the flat attack is almost as good as percent attack for her. And like I said, if I roll something that has the equivalent of half of a right side substat or right side main stat, it's going to get upgraded and it's going to go on somebody somewhere. This one was is the flurry ring that you saw, the 7% effect resist with the 18 speed. That was an easy choice as well. Now, before I did have that on, I think Amont, but I don't really use Amont too much. This one, 17 speed. Effect resist speed. Is this on? That's on DN right now. Okay. Might switch that over to DJB. I use DN quite a bit though, so there's that. This one, flat attack, 37% main attack on a crit set. Like, can't pass that up, right? Can't pass that up. Down here we got this counterattack one, 40% defense again with health. not gonna slight that one in the slightest. All right, now let's take a look at our boots here. Now, boots are another thing that I upgraded quite a bit of. We have these speed boots right here. So health, attack, defense. These are pretty good. I believe these are on Champ Zerato, right? Yep. Okay. Like perfect. That gives you the attack you need, gives you the health you need, gives you the defense that you need. It has flat attack on it too. So it's just like, it was a no-brainer on those ones. 32% critical hit chance. How much critical hit chance do you need? Because these boots got you covered. On main attack with critical hit damage and a flat attack substat, I was just like, yeah, easy boys. Like this actually is really, really good because it gives you the options to gear things in different places a different way. Like this is just a metric pile of crit hit chance, and it's always really hard to get crit hit chance on certain things. So this was just a super phenomenal piece of gear to roll. These ones are the Falconeer Quarry ones. These aren't Falconeer Quarry. These are DN boots. The health and defense makes her thick. And then we've got, the increased speed right there. These ones were the Falconeer Quarry boots, the defense effectiveness. Those were a pretty easy pick as well. We've got these, my destruction boots. These are on ML Ken. You've got the attack main with the flat sub attack as well as defense, crit chance, and flat health. Those were all good right there. So yes, these are 4 steeple conversion boots that are 90. Yes, they were a big pain in the ass to farm for. Effectiveness, critical hit, high critical hit damage with a crit set on attack. No brainer here as well. That's a ton of damage. These speed boots, you got health, attack, crit damage, attack. These are really, really good for a tanky bruiser because you have the extra health, you have the attack stats on an extra speed. So that's, more of like a hybrid fast tanky bruiser right there. These ones were just good overall spread of stats, rolled pretty decent, and I just needed them to go faster. This defense, health, effect resist. These go on tanky unit. Actually, who these on? Those are on Assassin Cartusia. I'll have to move those off since I kind of semi de-geared a bunch of his stuff. These were my tanky boots, effect resist and health on speed. I like those a lot. And then I think that's it. I don't think I upgraded any of my boots for the other hunts. There were a couple of pieces I think that I missed, the conversion pieces. Yeah, because they don't look different. Okay, so we upgraded this because 15 speed and 151 flat attack on attack main. You need to put that on somebody else because I moved a different ring to Assassin Sid. That's right. This one, tanky bruise. I think this is on Ken. Yeah, it's on Ken because you've got the health main stat, you got the crit hit damage main stat or substat, you got attack, flat attack substat, attack main stat, crit. I mean, this is all you could really ask for, right? If they had crit chance on it instead of flat attack, that would probably be okay. But yeah, I definitely love it. This one was just a good spread of everything with health on a counterattack ring. This is on Surin at the moment. Oh wait, I didn't even upgrade that one. That's 85. I think I was going to. That's right. And then this one, I don't know if I want to upgrade this one. Part of me does, because I think that this actually gives me like over 1,000 hit points, over 1,000 flat hit points. I don't know. I don't know who I would put this on, but I do think that at some point I am going to bump that up to 90. If nothing else, just for the memes, dude. Okay, did I not upgrade? I thought I upgraded a neck piece. I guess not. I think that's it. I don't think there's any that I'm missing. Let me check helmets real quick. No, I didn't upgrade this because It's not that great. Conversion items are kind of dead right now. But yeah, no, that is where I'm at. I've got 1,087 bookmarks for Elfelt. I will be 100% rolling for her. Depending on how it goes, we'll probably triple S her. But yeah, there you go. That is my May check-in for my account. Again, I'm sure somebody in the comment section will be like, bro, you need to run immunity sets. I don't really like immunity sets because Bazaar exists. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. I will catch you guys on the next one. I hope you do like these. If you do, as always, just let me know down in the comments. And if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you hit that bell notification and then check the bell notification and then leave me a like and a comment. And I'll catch you guys later. Take it easy, homies. Peace. Cracky.